Hi, it's me. Welcome to Dead Author Live. I know, you thought I was really dead, didn't you? I hope you're looking at me and wondering what happened to November, December, January, and February. I'm wondering that too. Where was I? Still dead, but not here. No, seriously, despite my state of deceasedness, life happened a lot for me in the last few months. Had some colds, and trust me, you don't want to see me on here with the cold. I don't even want to see me when I have a cold, and I did everything I could to get away from me when I had the colds. It was not a pretty fall. I didn't get the flu. Hear me knocking on wood. I haven't got the flu yet. So let's catch up a bit. I had some hats all picked out for December. Didn't get to wear it. What do you think? Did you miss it? And then I had a hat picked out for New Year's. This one could be hugely embarrassing. Oh yeah. Happy New Year. And I even had a hat for Valentine's, though it's not really a Valentine's hat so much as it's kind of what I would call an ooh la la hat. But yeah, you need a little bit more ooh in your la la than I have left in me these days, so we'll move on. This is what you'll mostly find me wearing because it's winter and it's cold. So this is what I mostly wear right now for hats. Speaking of weather, it's time for the weather report. I don't know if you can see my weather report. Oh wait, that's not the weather report, that's the sarcasm report. Chance of sarcasm is very high today. Thank you to my sister for this t-shirt. So the Flamingo Weather Report, I don't know, I don't think you can see outside that well, but I think you can see that the light is very gray here in my house. That's because we have a winter storm moving in. So that's the Flamingo Weather Report. Snow, more cold, and lots more wind. I've been hearing reports of people all over the country having terrible wind. So I'm kind of hoping that we don't get that bad because I really hate losing my power and I don't really want to. But we have had special weather alerts for the last 3 days, and just between you and me, not that special. It's just winter in Wyoming. Nothing to see here. Okay, so we've got through. Did you miss Bang? He's not excited about the weather either, and he's really sad that I haven't been around for my live video. Okay, let's see. We did the Flamingo Weather Report. Oh, news of interest to readers section of our live broadcast. If you've been on my Facebook wall or on my Twitter feed, you probably know about our story bundle, but I would like to share it with anyone who might wander by and see this. I was really excited to be invited to be in a story bundle because I've seen them pop up, and as a reader, I've loved them. And so as an author, I wanted to be in one because it was like, well, cool. So I got invited to the Sorcery and Steam bundle. And it's got sorcery, it's got steam, it's got ghosts, it's got romance, mythic creatures, bad guys, and one little black cat. So we have everything in a bundle that a fantasy reader could want, and I know that normally I'm not your fantasy go-to place, but I did write Spectres in the Storm for a book box set a few years back, and some of those authors from that box set have got together again to do this story bundle, so it's kind of cool. So Spectres in the Storm is included in the bundle, and what's neat about story bundles is you kind of choose your own price of what you want to pay, and you decide how many of the books that you get. I hope you'll go up a little and get mine, but If you've already got it, not a problem. But it also, you can donate to Able Gamers, which is an organization designed to help people who are disabled have access to gaming and make sure that games are more accessible to the disabled. So it's a really cool charity. So you can find that at storybundle.com/sorcery. Not too hard to remember, or you can Google, which I did, sorcery and Steam bundle. I tried it out, it works. So that's where you can find that. In other news, The Spy Who Kissed Me was picked for a book club that started today. If you don't know what that is, that's okay. Thumbs up to Kasha, who knew what it was and saw my book. It's an author thing. In our world, you would call it the Cadillac of advertising opportunity for an author, and they're super picky about who they pick to get a book club spot. So it is a huge honor to beg them to give them money to advertise your book at a discounted price. I know, it's really insane, but being an author is insane, and a lot of readers subscribe to BookBub. If you haven't, you can pick your genre, and they send you an email every day about books that are discounted in the genres that you're interested in. And Kasha told me this morning that she's got lots of books from BookBub, so you might want to check it out if you're an avid reader on a tight budget. But if you don't know it, and if you haven't read The Spy Who Kissed Me, it is my very, very, very first novel that I ever wrote. And so it would be a good time to get it because it's 99 cents. Yep, I will make the stunningly huge amount of 35 cents per book if you buy it. If you buy a copy right now, 35 cents. I did mention insane, that this business is totally insane, right? But it will only be 99 cents for a limited time, and then it goes back to $3.99, where I make more money, but I sell fewer copies. So a little bit about The Spy Who Kissed Me, in case you don't know. It was originally called Pig in a Park for reasons that make sense if you read the book. The idea for it came to me while I was watching the first Gulf War. Yes, there was a first Gulf War. Way, way, way back in 1992, there was a first Gulf War. It's hard to imagine now, but it was such a different time, how we did things. You know, now we're used to cameras and people taking videos and showing up on Facebook Live like they're interesting. And but back then it was really unusual to get that fast of news about the war and to actually have embedded reporters and to see the bombs dropping and the tanks rolling and the Scuds coming in. And we would visit with strangers in the grocery line, and we would talk about the weaponry that we were seeing, like we knew what it was all about. It was, oh, did you see the M99s today? And oh, what about those Scud studs? You should Google that if you don't know what that is. But yes, we had our Scud studs. So while I was watching this, I got the idea for The Spy Who Kissed Me. It was my first attempt to write a full-length novel. I had been writing short stories up to that point. And it got me my first agent. Luckily for me, she was not able to sell my book to a New York publisher, so I hold the rights. So I get all of that 35 cents instead of the 2 to 5 cents I would make if I had a publisher. So go us. Makes that 35 cents look really good, doesn't it? Maybe not. I'm not so crazy. But anyway, so if you get it today, you can buy The Spy Who Kissed Me at Amazon, Kobo, Nook, iBooks, and Google Play. And if you want to double the amount I make, you can buy it directly from me on my website. Just go to paulinebjones.com and browse around. It's there under books. And like I said, you buy it directly from me. I make a whopping 70 cents. Woo! So exciting times. But I am actually happy to do it for readers and to introduce them to my books. And hopefully someone will try a copy and buy some more of my books. So in other news of what I'm working on, the other reason I haven't been dead live on Facebook recently is I have been writing. Yay. It's been a interesting couple of months as I try to figure out my story, but it's going good. If you've, again, know me on Facebook, then you'll see that it's almost done, and I'm really excited about the book. It's my 7th Project Enterprise book, and it's set back in the original universe of the original characters, though it ties into Found Girl, and it's all going to tie together eventually, I hope. Or I really will die, and you'll be left wondering forever what happened. But let's go with I will finish it and figure it all out. So it's almost done, and I'm excited with that to report that some old favorite characters make some appearances in this. So I've really been enjoying writing it, and I've been enjoying getting back in touch with these characters. So I'm having a good time. It won't surprise you if you read me to know that it's complicated, getting more complicated as I get to the end. I don't know why I do this to myself, other than the fact that I'm crazy. Anyway, okay, so people ask me different questions about when I'm going to write this book or that book. So here's my I hope life doesn't trash me in 2018 so I can write all of these list. A new big uneasy. I'm not sure if it's going to be a novel or a novella. Depends on how well the next few months go. But there will be something. This series has not been as profitable for me, or as, what was the word, popular for readers. I love the books, and I love the characters, and I love New Orleans and the world I created there. And I'm happy that the people have found it, have really loved the stories. But I have to put my time where I can, make that big 35 cents book. So I don't know. We'll see how long the book goes and how mean life is this year. I have a special short story project. If you've been hanging around me, you probably know what that is, but we aren't talking about it yet. So it's just on the list, but nothing to see here. Readers have been asking me for a long time about Out of Time and whether there will be another one. I have put it on the production list for this year, and I am crossing my fingers I can get to it. I don't know whether it's a sequel or connected. I have no idea because the Muse isn't talking to me about that. We're kind of busy with the other book right now, but I would really like to do that. That's something that I wanted to do ever since I wrote the first one, is write more in that place of the time travel and history and everything. I'm also thinking about trying to write another romantic comedy suspense like The Spy Who Kissed Me. I am finding I still have readers for Spy Who Kissed Me and Do Wah Diddy Die. They're both my comedic romantic suspense. It's very cool when you consider I wrote them in the last century. Whoa. Does that make me vintage? I'm kind of thinking I'm vintage despite the goofy hat. So that's all my news. I still need to hunker down and work on my to-do list, which is not really to done, though this is one thing I'm checking off. Oh yeah, taxes are still there. So yeah, I can do this, right? We could get the taxes done on time. I hope for you that your day is warm, that there's at least a book to read, preferably one of mine, but I don't judge if you're reading something else, and a favorite beverage and a favorite food, and no special weather reports. You have a good day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.